What's up, YouTube? So every day I try to learn something new. And today I saw this video on how to have a lucid dream. Like, what in the world? Anyway, you can YouTube it. There's a bunch of people that have different techniques. I'm sure they're all about the same. How to have a lucid dream, but it's basically like you set an alarm, like a voice alarm to yourself. So instead of ringing, it says your name, hey, you're dreaming, and subconsciously, if you can keep yourself from waking up, it can tell yourself you're in a dream state, and then you have a lucid dream. It's interesting to me because I don't really dream, or I don't really remember any of my dreams. Very rarely do I, once a year maybe I'm like, oh yeah, I had a dream about something, but I never remember them. So it's kind of interesting. And I have friends that have like some serious dreams. Some of them like last day catastrophic event stuff. And I like to listen to everything and see what's going on in the world. And what in the world? I love you. Have a good day at school. All right, bye. Oh, my daughter wanted to call me to say goodbye. They just left the house. Too funny. Anyway, lucid dreams. Another thing that I guess along this line of subconsciousness, and I messed around with this a little bit because I was curious about it. And it's called remote viewing, and you could YouTube or Google that. And I can't explain how it works. I just know that it worked for me to a certain extent, and there's really no feeling behind it. So I was like, and that's the part that made it hard for me because there's no like emotional connection. You're able to do things on kind of like through a process, but there was no, like, I couldn't feel it. It just worked out, and so it's really kind of interesting. And in my experience was like off of random images. They'd be like, okay, image XYZ, that's all you know about it. And then you go through this process of a half hour of kind of methods, colors, taste, smell, whatever. And it feels like you're just guessing. And you just describe the first thing that comes to your mind. And as soon as you have like a 3-second pause, you stop and you move on to the next topic. So it's like your instant gut hunches is what it's like based off of. Anyway, and doodling. And somehow I was drawing pictures of something. And in the end, I didn't know what it was. And I just knew it looked like this giant, I don't know, almost looked like a pen or a pencil. Well, and then it had these crazy lines. And I knew it had metal and other things in it, but I was like, I didn't know what it was. And then when I clicked on the picture, I was like, dude, it's like a satellite rocket ship type thing. And I was amazed how close I was. Once I saw the image, I'm like, oh, those lines were roads where they bring it out onto the launch pad. And then I had the base and then the rocket. And it went up, and I had it round on top, but this one was pointed. But I was like, dude, that is like 80% accurate. And I had no idea what it was as I was doing it. So I know there's something there. I just don't know to what extent. Is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. I think it's somewhat indifferent. But it's something everyone can do. Anyway, that's called remote viewing. You can look that up. Lucid dreaming. Again, I don't know that much about lucid dreaming. I don't really have that. But I do have friends that have some crazy dreams, and some of them feel they're quite prophetic. So anyway, that's kind of a little crazy, a little out there. But I enjoy learning something new. And I just saw that video, but it kind of reminded me of this remote viewing to a certain extent because it's something that is unusual or is out there. So if you're interested in that, yeah, look it up. And the remote viewing worked for me. I mean, I was they say if you're 50% right in the beginning, you have kind of an aptitude for it. What I didn't like about it, like I said before, is I didn't notice an emotional connection to it. It was just like these hunches, and voila, you had some success. But you start off with stuff simple. They just have like an object in an envelope, and they have some internet ones that's just a random picture represented by a grid or set a code of things, numbers, letters. That's all you know about it. You go through your process, then you click the image, it pops up. Did your thing match? But it was weird how this energy or this subconscious connection works. The energy of that code somehow represents this image. I don't know how it works. I just know it kind of did. And I was like, wow, that's kind of interesting. But it's the same reason like some businessmen are successful, because they follow their gut. They wouldn't call it psychic by any means, but that hunch, that gut, that instinct, yeah, the business killer instinct that they have, they're using this. They just think it, they don't know why. They've just developed this talent or whatnot. But everyone can do it. It's kind of like an artist. We can all draw stick figures. Some people can go into detail, some people can't, but we can all draw a stick figure. And with that being said, we can all do it to a certain level, and some people can really take off with it. But anyway, I don't know why I took a tangent on that, but to remote viewing. But definitely something to think about. And I think we all, I think my interest in it was like, I just want to know, it'd be awesome to know the future, or awesome to help understand our plan or purpose or whatnot, and above and beyond the purpose of life, families, heaven, all that stuff. Sometimes I want to be a step ahead in this game of life, and it doesn't necessarily work like that, but that's always been a desire of mine. Like, I want to know the future, what's going to happen tomorrow, or am I in trouble, or what business decision should I make, what job decision should I make. Anyway, I'm going to cut this off. Remote viewing, lucid dreaming, again, it's just something that could be phony baloney. There might be something to it, but I just encourage you to learn something new every day, and you just add that to your list of stuff and of ideas of possibilities, and I think it'll make you a more rounded person, just knowing everything. And then if there's breakthroughs in an area, you'd be like, oh yeah, I heard about that one time, and you go from there. You just keep adding it to your pile of information. So anyway, a little bit out there, but I just know like I said, I talked to a lot of people about some crazy dreams. I was like, what, you dreamed that? And then it actually happened? I'm like, what, that's crazy. Or anyway, people have interest in dreams or meaning, or maybe it's your time to escape life. All right, that's it. I'm done. Bye. Till next time.